This is a faithful saying, and these things I want you to affirm constantly, that those who have believed in God should be careful to maintain good works. These things are good and profitable to man. Titus chapter 3 verse 8. Salvation is by grace through faith in Christ was the Apostle Paul's core teaching, for he had personally experienced God's grace on the road to Damascus. Paul knew his changed life was not the result of his many work as a devout Jew, but was the result of God's grace. Paul told Titus to insist or demand these teachings. The purpose of holding to this foundation was to cause believer to make a purposeful commitment to doing good deeds. A person changed by God will seek to live for Him. Orthopraxy means correct practice or correct behavior and refers in Christianity to how a believer acts or performs rather than how they believe. Orthodoxy is a correct teaching or correct doctrine. Orthopraxy is how a believer acts, while orthodoxy is what a person believes. The Bible teaches that correct doctrine comes before and informs correct behavior. Without correct beliefs, we cannot have truly correct behavior. If we truly have a correct beliefs, our behavior should align with those beliefs. The New Testament clearly presents salvation as a gift of God's grace, yet it is also called us to do good work as a result of our salvation. Christianity is not a religion based on performance of rituals, but it is a belief system that affects the way we live. In Romans, Paul spent the first 11 chapters writing about doctrine, then transitioned in chapter 12 to practice. He writes, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God, which is your reasonable service. Therefore indicates that the behavioral fruit Paul advocates as a result of the doctrine he has explained in Romans chapter 1 to 11. If a Christian simply believes the right things, but that belief doesn't translate into proper behavior, it is doubtful they truly believe. If a Christian simply does the right things, but doesn't believe, is that person truly a Christian? Paul wrote, For by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not your own doing. It is the gift of God, not a result of works, so that no one may boast. For we are His workmanship created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand that we should walk in them. The Apostle John also binds orthodoxy and orthopraxy in his epistles as he says, Now by this we know that we know Him if we keep His commandments. He who says, I know Him and does not keep His commandment is a liar, and the truth is not in him. But whoever keeps His word, truly the love of God is perfected in him. By this we know that we are in Him. He who says he abides in Him ought himself also to walk just as He walked. The belief of a believer is shown by the action of a believer. The Apostle James said, But someone will say, You have faith and I have works. Show me your faith without your works, and I will show you my faith by my works. You believe that there is one God, you do well. Even the demons believe and tremble. God's grace has declared us righteous and has given us absolute confidence that we will inherit eternal life. Let us take time to simply reflect on what this means for you and for me. To God be the glory. God bless you.